There we go. So that's 2 and another 2. So we've closed all 4 trades. Fantastic. Hey guys, what's going on? Big Mark here. We're going to be continuing my live trading session. I do this on a daily basis, and this is the strategy that I use every day. And this is utilizing 3 indicators. So I have a 50 moving average on the chart. I also have the RSI indicator and the stochastic oscillator down here. And I'm on the 1 minute chart, and I'm also using, I typically go between 1 minute and 2 minutes for the expiration, for the countdown. Let's go ahead and place this at 2 minutes for now. And what we're really looking for here is an overall trend, an upward trend or a downward trend in the market. And then I'll find something here that comes close to that. If I don't see anything, if I've checked all the markets and I can't find an upward or downward trend, I may consider to take or to trade with a sideways market, but I only use that as a last resort. So this looks pretty good right here, but it looks like we've kind of missed it, because typically what we want to look for is we want this overall downward trend just like this, right? And then so the market's coming up. The market's coming up. It's touching this 50 EMA, and then it's just rejecting off of it like this all the way down. So rejection, rejection, it's rejecting all the way down, right? So that's what we really want to look for. But when it's down, we want to look for that pullback. We want to take them or enter the market here and then go ahead and write it down and take the profit on the way down. So that's really what we're looking for. So I almost just about missed this. And we can see that the stochastic oscillator, the blue here, we'll go ahead and exit out of that. The blue line here on the stochastic has already crossed over the orange. Let me go ahead and brighten that up or thicken that up a little bit for you guys so you can see this. There you go. You can see that blue line has already crossed over the orange, which is indicating, a bullish, or I'm sorry, a bearish signal. That means it's you're going to see some red once that crosses, and so we want to enter the trade before that red candle appears. And so that's really what I'm looking for, but apparently that has already happened, so we're going to go ahead and switch to a different asset. And I'll keep doing this until I find the right setup. This looks pretty decent, but again, what we need is a pullback first before we can enter the market. And you'll know once you do this for a little while, this will really just pop out at you, clear as day. Okay, so we've been here before. I think we just visited this one right here. I would like to see this stochastic come back up here to the 80 line, but like I said before, I think we kind of missed this move on this asset. Let's go ahead and add some more here, just a couple more to fill the favorites, just so we have a little bit more, some more pairs to work with here. What you can also do is check the 5 minutes. So checking higher time frames is a good idea, because what we see on the 5 minute will actually make what we do on the 1 minute more accurate and more valid. So that's always a nice thing. So let's see if I can find anything. This is a nice upward trend, right? But I would really like to see a pullback here. We need some type of, here's a little bit of a pullback here, right? And I need that to enter the market. And so just going to, sorry, kind of a new tool I'm using. I've tried several different tools to draw on the browser. And so I'm kind of going through the different tools. Let's go through here and try to find something. So this looks pretty decent. I mean, look at that. So there's a little bit of a pullback here. You see that? So it's came down and now it's, let me go ahead and try that again. It's came down here and now it's pulling back. Well, that's a good, we can see that the blue on the blue here on the stochastic is separated from the orange. You see that? And this green line here is almost touching the 50, because whatever touches the 50 most of the time, what you're finding is it's rejecting off of that 50. Look, reject. It just rejects off there, rejects, 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 right? So we can, really take advantage of that and use that. So let's go ahead and enter. I'm going to go ahead and just yep, we're gonna sell right here and go lower. And I've got about 2 minutes on the expiration. And I have this stochastic oscillator, which is on my side. We've got that blue line that is above that orange. So even if the price goes up, which it typically does, like there's a 50% chance that this is going to go against me, and that's okay. The first trade that I do is always kind of like a toe in the water, right? You just want to get your feet wet, or you can kind of look at it like a like a feeler trade. You just kind of want to feel the market. And if the market's not moving at all, put a trade in. It'll move really quick on you. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's going against me a little bit. No big deal. I've got about a 2 minute expiration on this. So if it goes up a little bit more, I'll go ahead and enter a second trade. So let's go ahead and just wait this out. All right, I'm going to put in another one here. We've got the stochastic that's, remember, it's above. It is above that orange line here. You can clearly see that. And so once that blue line crosses over the orange, we should see a red candle. And that's around the time when we want to take a profit, okay? One of you guys posted today that, that he was happy to see that I posted my losses, and I know what you mean, because a lot of times, I'll be watching YouTube videos too, and some guys will never post a loss ever, and that's just not the reality. Even the best guys out there, some of these videos where some guys are turning $1 into $30,000. Well, they've also mentioned, some of them have mentioned that they've had to try like 8 times to do the video before they were actually able to make that money. So yeah, it's like recording the video 8 times before it actually worked. That part you don't see. So everybody's gonna have losses. But right here, so you've got that blue line above the orange, but look at that. It looks like it's flattening out. So it's creating like a little corner on that blue stochastic. Look at that. And we really want to see that flatten out. Now, it could go up still, guys. It could still go up. But in the grand scheme of things, we've got an overall downward trend. We've got a pullback here. We've also barely came up to touch this 50, but we didn't quite touch that 50 line on the RSI, but that's okay. We don't have to touch it. And then now it looks like, let's keep an eye on the stochastic here. And this is starting to flatten out. And it looks like it's coming down. So, okay, so we've already taken profit a little bit early. That was fast. And I got another one here coming up. There we go. We can see the balance going up. So that was pretty easy, right? I mean, that was pretty simple setup there. Let's go ahead and choose another one for you guys. So this is and by the way, that was on the 5 minute too. So, okay, this looks good right here. Let's go ahead and take this. So now what's happening here? So we've got overall, I mean, it's kind of going sideways, but it looks like it's coming down a little bit. And we're really close to this 50 EMA right here. The RSI, the green, is right here on the 50 mark. Now it could go past the 50 mark, right? We do get a lot of rejection, even if it goes just a little bit past this 50 line. Let me go ahead and make that a little bit larger there, or I think that's full size. So, and then look down here on the stochastic. Do you see how that blue line is crossing over the orange? It was above. Now it's crossing down over that orange. That's what you want. So as soon as that crosses, you should see a red candle come down. All right. There's so many different ways to trade when it comes to pocket option, guys. There's so many different ways. We're all trying to look for the best strategy. But they're all good. All the strategies are good. It's just trying to find that one that has the least amount of risk, and as long as it's not moving too fast for you, it's moving at a decent speed. You can make almost any strategy work if you put in enough time and enough practice into it. So we've got about 40 seconds. Let's go ahead and switch over to the line chart. You guys can see this a little bit closer here. Now this is curving back up, so we are really not in the clear. You might think you're home free sometimes, but you know, even if you have 30 seconds left on your timer, that price could come right back up and go over your entry. So just have to watch that. We got about 19 seconds to go. Only trading with about 1% here. I'm not doing any compounding or anything like that. Just trying to make more wins. I don't really, you know, I really don't make much of my money just with those one trades, like entering just once and then having the trade go my way. I typically don't make, that's not where I make the most money. Where I make the most money is actually when the trade goes against me, right? So when it goes against me, I keep adding to it. Now, I will only add to it to a certain extent. You know, I'm not going to just keep adding and adding and adding until my balance goes to zero. Although I've seen guys do that on YouTube. But that's definitely not what I'm doing. Okay, so here's something that's kind of interesting that I may want to look at. Because first of all, we're overbought, right? And we're above the 50 on the RSI. We're hitting the 50. This is something a little bit challenging. Let's choose a challenging one. And why is this challenging? Well, because it was an overall upward trend for a little while, but then it broke through. Could maybe this be changing direction? So now we're going to be headed down more to the downside? Possibly. You know, we were going up for a while here. Look at that. I mean, it's just going up and up and up and up and up. And then now it's just kind of got a little tired. So now it's breaking through this 50 EMA line, right? Maybe it's getting a little tired out because it's already been overbought right now. I mean, we've got that green line over the 50. It's going a little bit against me. That's okay. I'm not worried about that. We've got plenty of ammunition here. You know, we're only trading with 1%. We're being ultra conservative. And I'll go ahead and throw in another one. And maybe throw in just a couple there. We've got a 2-minute countdown. We're on the 5-minute chart. This blue line is still above the orange on the stochastic. Do you see that? You can barely see that. I'll zoom in a little bit here. You can see that blue line is just still above the orange. That blue line there is your friend. Okay? And look at that. Now it's flattening out. However, that blue line is still above. Now I'm not going to go enter in the trade again. I'm not going to get greedy here, guys, unless it goes against me. So, you know, I enter in a couple times. I'm not going to keep entering and entering. Even if I think it's going to come down, I'm hands off at this point, unless it keeps going up, which it might. But as long as that blue line is above that orange, and sometimes if you're zoomed out a lot, or if you've squeezed the chart, you know, you're looking at it like this, it's a bit hard to see. So if you can't see it very well, just go ahead and zoom in there. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at what's happening here. That first trade's probably going to go into a loss. This happens all the time. So there you go. It's going to go into a loss. Okay, there we go. But look at that blue line. It's starting to flatten out. That's what I want to see. And it's flattening out. And it's hopefully going to be crossing over that orange. And we should get some red candles here when it does that. Now, look, it's going against me. But I mean, look how high this stochastic is. I mean, the stochastic lines are way up here. I mean, we're totally overbought, right? And, you know, we're around this 50 EMA right now. So this is exciting. And the timer's is only 9 seconds, so this may not work out, and that's okay. It may work out. Okay, it doesn't look, maybe, I don't know. But I will go ahead and enter again. Okay, so that one was a loss. And that one's a loss. But let's go ahead and enter it again. Going to give it a little bit more juice this time. And I think you can only have, like on demo, you can only have like 20 positions open at once. But then on the real account, you can have much more than that, like 30, 40 positions open at the same time. Okay, so it looks like that blue line is crossing over the orange, and it's coming down a little bit. But you know, I'm not going to say it's a winner just yet. We're not home free, so we're not in some kind of safety zone or anything like that. We still have to wait this out, and we can switch over to the line chart if you guys want to see what's happening here. So we've got 4 entries up here. Now, what I do like to see is this this trend line here is pointing down. Okay, so that's good. Now it's way down here, but we still have 1 minute to go on these entries. So I hope you guys understand exactly what's going on with all the confluences together. How we have the 50 EMA here. We have the RSI that's crossed over the 50 line in the middle. We have the stochastic oscillator, which shows that it's overbought. We have the blue line above the orange. So if you're anticipating on going short or selling the market, you want that blue line above the orange. If you're going to buy the market and go long, or you're expecting the market to go up, then you want that blue line to be below the orange, like over here. Okay, so it's going. I would like to see that blue cross a little bit more over the orange. We've got about 14 seconds here, and it's getting kind of close, guys. We can go ahead and zoom in here. See, that's real close. And hey, if we lose it, we lose it. I just don't care. Because you know what? The more you do this, you get better at it, the more practice. There we go. So that's 2 and another 2. So we've closed all 4 trades. Fantastic. Let's go back to the candles. And let's just see if we can find another setup here. How are we doing on time? It's been about 17 minutes on this video. And I still think this is going to come down, though. I mean, there is a good chance we could probably re-enter on this, which I don't normally do. Let's go ahead and put another one in. Because this hasn't officially crossed down. Look at that. I mean, it's just staying up here. It's really strong. And if you look at that little kink inside of that RSI, you see how it's kind of cornered off there. It's flattened out completely. And so this is really interesting. It's starting to get a little tired. It's starting to get a little weak, right? And I've got that blue above the orange there. This is pretty much it. This is all I do. You know, I've had my slip-ups. I've traded when I've been tired at times. I kind of regret that. I've lost because I've been tired. I wasn't looking for good setups. There's been times when I've been impatient. So I'm human, and I'm just like you guys, you know, that can happen. So, how are we doing here? Nice. Okay, so let's just go ahead and wait this out. Now, let's look down here at the stochastic. Do you see that blue line that's crossed over the orange? Right? So we had lots of red there. And so now that could come up because once the blue crosses down over the orange, the next step for that blue line is to cross up over the orange. But now when is that going to happen? We just don't know. So that's kind of a no man's land. That could happen down here. It could happen up here. We just don't know. But we've got 23 seconds. Let's go ahead and zoom in here on the line chart and see where we're at. So this moving average here on the line chart looks like it's starting to flatten out. So this could reach up here. We've got about 10 seconds left on this trade. So far it's looking good, guys. We're coming back down, or maybe, you know, you just really don't know. It can really jump up there really fast, but it looks like we won. So awesome. All right, so I hope this helps you guys out. And I'll try to make some more videos today, and appreciate you coming out. Wish you all the best of success, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.